Hi everyone. Today is Friday, and I made two videos this week. I made one video on Wednesday morning, and I made one video this morning. And in these videos, I made scrambled eggs. And to make scrambled eggs, I used butter and olive oil, and I used 3 eggs. And I cooked the scrambled eggs in a frying pan like this one. And the first time that I made scrambled eggs, in the first video on Wednesday morning, I used very high heat, so I used lots of heat. And the scrambled eggs ended up a little too cooked, a little overcooked. So they ended up kind of brown. So on Wednesday, I used a lot of heat, and I ended up cooking them a little bit too much. So they ended up kind of brown here. And also it was difficult because I was making a video. So I was holding my phone, I was using the camera on my phone to record, and also I was cooking these scrambled eggs at the same time. So that's pretty hard to use my camera at the same time that I'm using a spatula or doing other things to make the scrambled eggs. So that time the eggs were a little bit brown like this. They were brown like this, so they were overcooked. They were more cooked than I wanted them to be. So that time I used lots of heat. I turned the heat up to the top, to the maximum. But then today, on Friday morning, when I made the eggs, in my second video this morning, I used less heat. So this time I didn't use as much heat as I did on Wednesday morning. So I used less heat, and this time the eggs were less brown. So they were still cooked, but they weren't overcooked. They were just light yellow like this. So these scrambled eggs turned out better. The ones I made this morning in the second video turned out better than the ones in the first video. So now you can watch the videos. You can watch the 2 videos that I made. So first I'll show the one that I made on Wednesday morning, and then I will show you the one that I made on Friday morning. So first, here's the video that I made on Wednesday morning. Good morning, everyone. It's a beautiful morning today. It's just a bit cloudy, but it's clear and sunny, so it's a sunny morning today. Let's see what time it is. What time is it? So right now, the time is 9:51 a.m., so it's 9:51 in the morning. So I am hungry and I want to eat. So I want to have some eggs. So I'm going to have some eggs for breakfast. So here is a frying pan. So I'm going to make eggs in a frying pan. I'll make the eggs in a frying pan. So I could make scrambled eggs or I could make fried eggs. So I'm going to make scrambled eggs. So I'm going to make scrambled eggs in this frying pan, and I will heat it up on this stovetop or cooktop. So this is a stovetop or cooktop, and it has 4 elements. So there's 1 element, 2 elements, 3 elements, 4 elements. So I'm going to heat it up on this element, the bottom right element. So I'll heat up the frying pan on this element. But first I will get some eggs. So I will get some eggs. And the eggs are in the refrigerator. So I will get the eggs from the refrigerator. So I will open the fridge, and the eggs are right here. So I will take 3 eggs. I will take 3 eggs. There's 1 egg, 2 eggs, and 3 eggs. So I have 3 eggs here. So I will take 3 eggs. So I've got 3 eggs here. There's 1 egg, 2 eggs, 3 eggs. So there's 3 eggs on this plate. And now I'm going to crack the eggs. So again, I have 3 eggs. There's 1 egg, 2 eggs, 3 eggs. So there's 3 white eggs. So now I have to crack the eggs into this bowl. So I will take 1 egg and I will hit it on the side of the bowl and pull it open. And then I'll take the next egg and crack this egg. Again, pull the shell here, and the egg white and the egg yolk go into the bowl. And then I will crack this one. So again, hit it on the edge of the bowl. So hit it on the edge like that. Now it's cracked, and then I will pull the shell open, and there the egg comes out, the egg white and the egg yolk come out. So there are 3 eggs. So this part, here I have a fork here, this part is the egg white, this part here, and then these are the egg yolks. So there's 1 egg yolk, 2 egg yolks, 3 egg yolks. So there are 3 egg yolks there. 1 egg yolk, 2 egg yolks, 3 egg yolks. So now I will mix together I will mix the egg yolks and the egg whites together. So I will use this fork. I will whisk or beat the eggs together, or mix the egg whites and the egg yolks together. So I will mix the egg yolks and the egg whites together with this fork. So I can just stick the fork into one of these egg yolks and start to mix it around like this. And oh, this one's still intact. I can just break it with the fork, break the egg yolk with the fork, and then mix it around. And now the egg yolks and the egg whites are mixed together. Just mix it faster with the fork, kind of beat it there, mix it faster and faster. And there, the egg yolks and the egg whites are all mixed together. So now they're all mixed together. You can see there's some bubbles there, there's a bubble there, there's a bubble there, so some air has gotten into it when I mix it. If I mix it very fast like this, mix it very fast, the air gets into it, so there are bubbles in there, and now the egg whites and egg yolks are all mixed together. Okay, so there are the egg shells, and now I've cracked those eggs open and I put them in the bowl. And then I mixed the egg whites and the egg yolks together very quickly, so they're all stirred together. So to make scrambled eggs, I need eggs with the egg whites and the egg yolks mixed together. So I have the egg whites and egg yolks mixed together, and I will put those into the frying pan. But also I need something to grease the pan, so I need some fat or oil to put in the pan first. So I'm going to use some olive oil. So here I have a bottle of olive oil. You can see olives here. So this is olive oil. It's olives that are pressed to squeeze the oil out. So this is olive oil. And then I'm also going to use butter. So here is a tub of butter. Here is a container, a plastic container. It's plastic. It's a plastic container full of butter. So I'm going to put olive oil and butter in the pan. So I have the frying pan here, and it's on the stovetop or cooktop, and I'm going to put it on the bottom right element here. So I'll put it on this element, and this element, it's not hot right now. See, I can touch it. It's not hot, but I'm going to turn on this element. So I'm going to heat up this element, and I'll put the frying pan on the element, and then I will turn the stovetop on. So I press the power button here, press the power button. Let me try that again. There, now the stovetop is on, and then I will turn this is the bottom right element. So these controls, this one controls the top right element, this one controls the top left element, this controls the bottom left element, and this one controls the bottom right element. So this frying pan is on the bottom right element here, the bottom right element. So, oh, I have to press power again. So I'll press power, and that turns on the stovetop. And now I will turn on the bottom right element, this element, the bottom right element. So I will turn it on. Oh, it went off again. If I don't do anything, it just turns off. So I'll turn it back on, press the power button, and turn it on, turn on the stovetop, and now I will turn on the bottom right element. So I will press this button. There, now it's on, but it's at 0. So I want to turn it up. So I'll turn it all the way up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9. Oh, that's the highest it'll go. So 9 is the highest setting, and it's already turning, it's already red or purple there, so that means it's on. And oh, it's starting to feel hot. Well, I don't want to touch it now. It's hot now. I can feel it from here. It feels hot. So now it's getting hot, and the frying pan, I can still touch the frying pan, but the frying pan is getting hot too. Oh, it's too hot. Ouch, yeah, it's hot now. So the frying pan is getting pretty hot now. The frying pan is hot. And so first, before I put this egg yolk, egg white mixture, before I put the eggs in, before I put these in, I will put the the oil and fat in, I will put in the olive oil and I will put the butter in. So first I will add the olive oil. So I'll take the cap off the top here. Got to take the cap off of this bottle. So I'll take the cap off this bottle here, unscrew it, take the cap off of the bottle. There, and then I will take the bottle and I will pour some olive oil in. So just pour, how much? Pour a little bit of olive oil, not too much. Just a few drops there. Oh, there, that's enough olive oil. So there's a bit of olive oil, and then I'll put the olive oil bottle away, and I will put the cap back on, screw the cap back on the olive oil bottle. And now I will take some butter. So I'll take the tub of butter here. I'll take this plastic container and take the lid off. Take the plastic lid off of this plastic container. And oh, I need a knife. So let me get a knife there. So here now I have a knife. So, and you can see the butter, it's pretty soft. It's not that cold. So the butter is soft. I can just cut a piece of butter here and I can put the butter into the frying pan. So I'll just scrape it off of the fork here, there, and it will mix. Oh, it's starting to sizzle, it's starting to bubble. So the olive oil is hot, and the butter is hot too. So now it's sizzling, and I'll just add a little bit more butter. So I'll cut another piece of butter and add that. So again, put it in the frying pan like that. And oh, it's starting to turn a little brown. So it's bubbling a lot and turning brown. So I'll move the pan back there, move the frying pan onto the element. And then now it's time to take the eggs. So the egg mixture, the eggs that I have mixed, I will take this bowl and I will just take it and pour the eggs onto this, onto the olive oil and butter. Now, it's now melted, so the olive oil and butter is melted. It's turning brown very quickly, so it's turning brown now. I will just pour the eggs on. There, like that. So I've poured the eggs on, just shake those last drops there onto the pan, and there. Oh, and you can see now, I have a spatula here. I have a rubber spatula. So now the eggs quickly start to become white and firm there on the sides. Oh, there's even some bubbles there. So there's a big bubble and there's some smaller bubbles. So now the eggs are already starting to cook, so they're pretty hot. And I can just push the scrambled eggs, I can push them in and let more of it cook. So more of the egg is dripping down into there. And I can just push it like that so that all of it will cook in the frying pan. So I'll just push it, keep pushing it so that more of it cooks. There, more of it is cooking there. You can see it's bubbling, and there's some bubbles. It's starting to turn brown. So before it was yellow, this part is yellow, but the part that's cooking turns more white. This part is white, and it's starting to turn brown, so it's starting to cook a lot. And I should turn this down a bit. I will turn down the heat a little bit. So I'll press this button, turn it down 8, 7, 6, 5, maybe leave it at 4. Oh, I can smell it. See, it's starting to, there's lots of steam coming. So it's cooking, and now most of it's cooked. I'll just take it with the spatula. I will take it and flip. Oh, there's some more that's uncooked. You can hear it. You can hear the sound. It's sizzling. So it's cooking there. Let me try to flip it over here. It's hard to do with one hand. I'm just using this hand. The other hand, this hand, is holding the camera here. So it's hard to do with one hand. Let me try that anyway. Can I turn it with one hand? Oh, yeah, this is pretty cooked for scrambled eggs. Okay, let me use two hands. Just a moment. Let me use both of my hands. Okay, so I'll try flipping it. Take it, and with both hands, one hand holding the pan and one hand holding the spatula, I'll just flip it over. Actually, it's mostly cooked now, So this part, oh, this part is, it's very brown here. So this part is very well cooked. Okay, so let's see. I think it's almost ready. I think it's pretty much done. This part is very well cooked, and the rest is firm. The rest here is cooked. So I can take that, and now I will turn off the element. I'll turn off the element. There. See, it's just flashing H. H is short for hot, so it's still hot, but it is off. So now I can take these eggs and I'll get a plate. I'll get a plate. Okay, so now I've got a bigger plate here, and so I can take the frying pan with the scrambled eggs in it, and I will just push the scrambled eggs, or flip them even. I'll flip them onto this plate and just put them on the plate like this. There. So there's some scrambled eggs. They're very well cooked. They're very brown here. So that's very, very brown for scrambled eggs. So I've kind of burned them. Usually scrambled eggs should be yellow like this, or yellow and white, more like that, or yellowish white. This is very brown, so it's kind of burned. I've kind of burned these scrambled eggs. But anyway, they're okay like that. So I have my scrambled eggs, and now I'm going to put some pepper on the scrambled eggs. So here is a pepper mill, and so I can turn this and I can grind some pepper. I can grind some pepper onto the scrambled eggs like that. So there's some pepper on the scrambled eggs. So I've ground some pepper onto the scrambled eggs. Okay, so there are my scrambled eggs. Those are the scrambled eggs that I've made. So that's a plate of scrambled eggs. But yeah, it's kind of brown here. It's kind of burned here. But still, that's okay. I can eat it. So I've got another fork here, and I will try eating some scrambled eggs. So try eating some of these. How do they taste? Those taste pretty good. Kind of a little burned again. So I've burned them a little bit. Again, they're brown here. Let's try another piece. I'll take another piece here. Yeah, they taste pretty good. Next time, I should try not to burn them. So they're kind of burned here. So I don't want them brown like this. They should be more like just yellow or yellowish white. So that is a plate of scrambled eggs. So I've made some scrambled eggs. Okay, so that was the video I made on Wednesday morning. Now here is the video that I made this morning. So this morning it's been very cloudy and it has been raining. So it's very cloudy, it's very white and cloudy this morning. And right now it's 9:56 a.m. So it's almost 10 o'clock in the morning. It's 9:56 a.m. Okay, so I'm going to make scrambled eggs again. So here is the stovetop or cooktop, and I'm going to make the scrambled eggs in a frying pan. So here is my frying pan, and there are 4 elements here. 1 element, 2 elements, 3 elements, 4 elements. So I will put this frying pan on the bottom right element, on this element. So I'll put it on the element here, and then I will turn on the stove. So press the power button here and turn on the stovetop. And then I want to turn on the bottom right element. So there's the button for the bottom right element. So I will press, let me turn that on again. So I'll turn the power on again and press the on button here. So that's the bottom right element, and it's at 0. This time I will turn it only to 4 or 5. So we'll turn it to, let's turn it up. Oh, it went off again. Here, I have to press the button again. So turn the stovetop on, then press the on button here to turn the bottom right element on. So now it's on, and I'll turn it up, but only to 4 or 5 there. So it's at 5 now. So now it's still cool, but it's already lighted up here. So it's kind of red or purple there. And now it's starting to heat up. So the frying pan is starting to get hot. It's still cool enough, I can touch it, but it's starting to heat up. So I can feel it getting hot there. So I'll let that heat up, and now I'm going to get the eggs. So I will get 3 eggs out of the fridge. So I will go to the fridge. So let me open the fridge and get 3 eggs out of the fridge. So I'll take 1 egg, 2 eggs. Oh, whoops, I dropped an egg there. Oh no. Okay, so I'll open the fridge and get 3 eggs out of the fridge. So there's 1 egg, 2 eggs, and 3 eggs. There, so I've got 3 eggs here, 3 white eggs, and I'll close the fridge. Okay, so there, I took 3 white eggs out of the fridge. 1 egg, 2 eggs, 3 eggs. So I will use 3 eggs. And now, oh, that feels pretty hot, so the frying pan is heated up. So now I will add some olive oil. So I will add some olive oil. This is olive oil. It's made with olives. The olives are pressed for the olive oil. So I will take the cap off here. I'll take this cap off, unscrew the cap, and then I will pour a bit of olive oil, not too much. Just pour a bit of olive oil here, just a small amount. I'm just pouring it carefully. I don't want to pour too much. There's a few drops. A little bit more, a few more drops. 1, 2, 3. There, that's enough. So there's some olive oil, and the olive oil is starting to heat up. Okay, so the olive oil is heating up, and now I'll add some butter. So I have a plastic container, a plastic tub of butter, and I'll take the lid off. And there's some butter in there. And you can see the butter is pretty soft. It's easy to cut, so I'll take some butter here. Take a piece of butter, and I will add the butter to the olive oil here. Oh, so there, now it's sizzling. It's pretty hot already. So I don't want to leave that for too long, but that will melt. See, the butter is melting and mixing. It's mixing with the olive oil. So now I will crack the eggs quickly. So I'll take the eggs. Let's put the bowl here, and I will hit the eggs here to crack them. So there's 1 egg. I'll crack it open, and here's another egg, 2 eggs. So hit the egg to crack it, and put the egg in there in the bowl, and then another egg, 3 eggs. So I'll hit the egg, crack the egg, and put it in the bowl. So now, and I'll put the shells aside. They're the eggshells, and now the eggs are in the bowl. So they're the egg yolks, 1 egg yolk, 2 egg yolks, 3 egg yolks, and this part is the egg whites. So I will now mix the egg yolks and the egg whites together. So I will use the fork and very quickly mix them together, just like that. Kind of beat them together, beat them very quickly together. So I'm beating the egg yolks and the egg whites together with this fork, or whisking them. So I'm whisking them or beating them. And now they are all mixed together. So now the egg yolks and the egg whites are mixed together. And now the olive oil and butter, oh, the butter is starting to turn brown. So now I can pour the egg yolks and egg whites onto the butter and olive oil. So I'll pour it on there. Oh, and you can hear it sizzling, so it's very hot. And there, just pour it all into the frying pan. So next, okay, so I'll just put this bowl over here and then take this rubber spatula. So with the spatula, I can push the eggs here. You can see on the side here, on the edge here, it's turning white, so you can see it's cooking there. So the scrambled eggs are cooking, and I will just push it on the edge, and you can see more of it is running on to there. So some of it's liquid like this, and some of it is solid now, some of it is cooked. So I can just push it like this, so that more of the liquid goes there, and then it cooks. And keep pushing it like that. So I just push it with the spatula, and it should be done soon. So more of it is, so this is pretty firm. Oh, it's starting to turn brown there. So just keep pushing it until it's all cooked. But I want it to be white like this, or kind of white or yellow. I don't want it to be too brown like this. So I'll keep pushing it. Oh, there, it's pretty firm now. So I'll just keep pushing it like that, and maybe try to flip it over. It's hard to flip over. Maybe I can flip part of it over. So I can take it and I can turn it like this. or maybe not. So I'll push it around some more, and I'm gonna try to turn it over here. So I'll try to turn the eggs over. So I'll turn this part over, turn some of it over. Oh, yeah, it's a little bit brown, but it's not too brown. Then I'll turn the rest over here. So turn this part over and make sure the rest is cooking. So there, just push it around again. And so let's see, there's still some liquid here. So this part is still runny. So I want to make sure all of that cooks. So keep pushing it around. There. Okay, so I think it's almost done. I'm going to turn off the stove now. So I'll turn the stovetop off there. It's just flashing there. It's flashing H for hot. And I'll turn the power off here. Okay, the power is off. So now I'll just make sure everything is cooked. So I don't want any liquid. I don't want it to be runny. Let's look at this part. Yeah, is it cooked? Yeah, I think it is pretty much cooked now. Let me flip it over. Let me flip part of this over. Yeah, so this is nicely cooked. So here it's a bit brown, but here it's mostly yellow. And so it's yellow or light yellow. So that's the egg yolks mixed with the egg whites. And let's flip this over. And yeah, so that's nice. It's not too brown there. So I think it's cooked, but it's not overcooked. It's not burnt. Just here, it's a little bit burnt, but here it's nice and yellow, and it's not too cooked. It's not overcooked. So I will take the frying pan, and then I can pour the eggs. I can take the scrambled eggs now and put them onto my plate. So there, I put the scrambled eggs onto a plate. And I'll just put the frying pan, I'll just put it aside here. And next I will add some pepper. So I have a pepper mill here. So it has pepper, and I can grind some pepper onto the scrambled eggs. So just grinding some pepper onto the scrambled eggs. Okay, there. So there's lots of pepper, lots of black pepper on the scrambled eggs. So now I'll take another fork and I will try some of these scrambled eggs. Let's see how they taste. So I will try this. So those are pretty good. Again, they're a little bit burnt here, but mostly they're cooked, so they're not runny, but they are yellow and white and just a little bit brown here. It's pretty dark, but mostly they are cooked, but they're not overcooked and they're not burnt. So these ones turned out better, I think. These scrambled eggs turned out pretty well. So let me take another bite. Let me take another piece. So that's not bad. That's pretty good. So this one I think turned out okay. So again, that is a plate of scrambled eggs. So I made scrambled eggs, and I used eggs. I used 3 eggs. So those are the eggshells. There's eggshells from 3 eggs. And I used butter and olive oil. So I put butter and olive oil into the frying pan. I heated it up on the element, and I put the eggs, I mixed the eggs, I stirred it in this bowl. So I mixed them together and I beat them together. And then I put the eggs into the frying pan and I cooked them over this stove, on the element on this stove. And now the scrambled eggs are finished and they're pretty good. Hi again, everyone. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked this video, please click or press the like button to like it. And please click or press the subscribe button to subscribe to this channel. Also, click or press the bell to see new videos like this one. Also, please share this channel with other people who you think will like it too.